Nobody said that.
I put God would be his God if all the things that he wanted, like the clothes and the protection and all the things.
Yep. I said basically the same thing. You will be my God. I will give you a tenth.
Yeah, the tenth too.
Okay.
Did we get some of it?
Yeah, the uh, answer that I guess this came from ChatGPT.
Yep.
If the Lord will be his God if brought back safe.
Hey, if what's the covenant? If you do this, then
Okay.
you're
So
gonna
I
be
get half a
installed.
point.
But
I
you
thought you said
put
God will be his God.
yeah, you said that.
Yeah, I didn't put the if statement in there.
Um, mm,
All right, you find that in Genesis 28, 20 to 22.
What's going on, XYZ is an XYZ Nation? This generational scripture is right back at you with the last episode of the season. This has always been one of my favorites. I don't know if it's one of yours or not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it depends what the season is. So sometimes there's a chapter that's like really good and just depends.
Okay. I never thought of it like that. I always thought of it as just it's awesome to go back through all the stuff that we've gone through and to distill it and to talk about it like you really know what's happening. But I never thought about it in terms of, I really like this chapter. But I feel like every season we've had, there's been several chapters that we've liked, and some that have, you know, it's sort of transitional. There's, I don't want to say ho hum, but I don't know. So it's an interesting way to think of it. Cool. So, but like I was saying, we are back. We are doing our recap episode as this is our final episode of season 5, and we'll see if we get renewed for season 6.
Yeah. We will see.
Oh gosh, that was supposed to be a joke. Now I'm scared.
Well, yeah, because we don't have Jasmine.
Oh,
Can we still be generational scriptures?
oh man. Yeah,
We'll see.
you'll have to tune in to find out. All right, but we're doing our recap. And how that usually goes is we will go through all of our normal routine. We'll do a quiz, and then we'll just talk through each of the chapters, and just point out like a highlight or something that stood out to us, to each of us, as we were going through them this season. It's a great time just to see what was gone through, and then go back and check out the actual episode, because they're all in there. And the Moyo's awesome because she puts them all in their little groupings, what they call playlists,
Yeah.
and all of that. So that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. There is something that we're supposed to do, and that something is to introduce ourselves. So I am the latchkeyed one himself, the former X-Man repping Gen X, all up in the area, Chris. And next to me we have
I am Moya, the resident millennial. I memorized the buttons.
I thought I did. Well, we got it sort of, kind of.
Yeah. Together we are generational scriptures.
Yes. See, that's what happens. I mess it up and the whole rhythm gets off.
Yeah. It's all good.
Oh, man. Jasmine, we need you. All right. So, next up, what we like to do at this time is have our... This time I'll hit the right button. All right. So, boom.
Yes. All right. So, Genesis chapter 36 is the genealogy of Esau and his family, for the most part. That chapter we did a lot of Chris did a lot of reading, reading of names, and we go through his sons, his wives. There were some discrepancies between the wives in chapter 36 versus the wives that we learned about in earlier chapters.
Yeah.
So we had a discussion about that.
Yep.
No real conclusion as to why there was a discrepancy, but still a good discussion nonetheless. We also get the people of Seir, because remember that's where Esau went. So they give us some of the genealogy of those people. We find out that Esau's family becomes kings and chiefs and all of these different things. So we're seeing that nation of Esau, which was promised to his mother, Rebekah. Yeah, that's the mother.
Yeah,
Rebekah, that, you know, 2 nations would be in her womb. So that's the nation of Edom / Esau.
Esau. Yeah. Yeah. We usually have our quiz, and we did do our quiz. So follow along. So I might cut this out, but what's the name? The YouTubes, they have like a little quiz section in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm follow along. The questions are going to be in there, so they come up and you should see them. I don't know how it works. I don't know that I've watched anything that said, "Hey, this is a quiz. Take the quiz," but we're gonna put it in.
See how it works.
See how it works. See what happened. So yeah, follow along. Answer. Take the quiz, and we'll be right back once that's done.
Question 1. Why did Laban eagerly run to meet Abraham's servant at the well?
Do we want the options or do we want to write out what our answers are?
I'm good.
Okay.
I tried to get fancy.
You using one word because it's not a one word answer.
All right, ready?
I'm writing my paragraph.
Yeah, I think we have different answers.
I have to read the rest. I'm just gonna have to say it because this is a long paragraph and nobody's gonna be able to read what I wrote anyway. Focusing. Oh, you're not focusing. He put a money sign. I said because his sister Rebekah told him all that had happened because of the marriage proposal type of thing.
He ran because he had 10 camels and he saw that gold rings she had on her arm and was like, who is this person with all this monies?
Okay, so maybe we need to hear the multiple choice then for this one because there could be both answers technically. But what does the quiz say? So let's hear that.
Yeah. Well, so options. All right. So A is he recognized Abraham's family seal. B was he heard the servant speak a vision. C was he saw the jewelry given to Rebekah. And D, he feared the servant was Egyptian royalty.
Okay, so first answer was what they were talking about. I feel like I'm back. Okay,
I should have never gave y'all money.
So what was the answer? C?
The answer is C. And you find that in Genesis 24, 29 through 30. Okay. Question 2. What oath did Jacob require from Esau before giving him bread and stew?
Wow. That's easy.
See it.
Yep, we got the same thing. Birthright. That was easy. I asked for hard questions too.
And you find that in Genesis 25, 31 to 33. Question 3. What specific promise did God reaffirm to Isaac during the famine?
Reaffirm to Isaac during the famine. Reaffirm to Isaac during the famine? Okay, I remember the scene now.
You want the multiple choice?
Nope.
Abraham, land and offspring.
And offspring, yeah.
Would you put land?
I put possession. I should have put offspring, but I was thinking the same thing. What's the answer?
Right. What's the answer? Well, I'm going to go over A is kings would descend from him. B is his descendants would inherit Canaan and bless the nations. C is he would never leave the land, and D he would conquer Egypt. The answer is B. His descendants would inherit Canaan and bless the nations.
Yep.
I guess that one you could have said. What's the first one? What was A?
Kings would descend from him.
Yeah, I guess you could have said that maybe, because that's part of the Abrahamic promise.
Yeah.
That wasn't. All right.
Question 4. What caused Abimelech to realize Rebekah was Isaac's wife
I don't know what to call you.
rather than his sister?
Oh man. I'm gonna keep it PG. All right.
Laughing with her.
Too much touching.
That's not the answer.
It is the answer.
That's not the answer, Chris.
Yeah.
It is the answer.
The answer is Abimelech saw Isaac laughing with Rebekah.
Exactly, laughing. Quote unquote. You had to put the quotes.
Yeah, see the quote versus
laughing.
The quote versus what that word laughing actually means, which is fondling.
Yeah, but that's not what we were asking.
Yep, you find that in Genesis 26:8.
I'm right. I'm not taking an L on that one.
You gotta know your audience, Chris. You gotta see if they're gonna understand what you mean and what the scriptures say.
I ain't worried about the audience. I know what that word laughter means.
All right. Question 5. What food did Jacob prepare to deceive Isaac?
What food did Jacob? I don't think I'm gonna like the answer to this.
Yeah, because Jacob didn't prepare any food. Is that why? Technically, Jacob didn't prepare any.
Let me know when you're ready.
His mama did. I just put food he loved.
I said none. Because he didn't do it.
He didn't prepare anything.
Boy, that ain't what the answer is.
Okay, give us the options. It's probably the game. He did the goats.
It's probably the food he loved. It's probably like you said.
Either the food he loved or the 2 young goats is what, or was it goats that he took?
So A is bread and wine. B is roasted lamb and herbs. C is savory food from young goats. And D is lentil stew.
Savory food from young goats.
Ding, ding, ding. That is right.
Yeah.
That's a chat GPT-ism. One, he didn't prepare the food. His mama did. Now, how you know they was young goats or old goats?
Because he got the young goats. Well,
how you know
lamb and herbs didn't make any. What did you say?
They just say savory food from young goats.
Oh, that's what savory food. How you know it was savory? How you know he ain't put no?
Loved. I hope it tastes good.
It can be savory. Just means it's salty.
And you find that in Genesis 27, verse 9. What to say?
Okay.
Question 6.
I'm not taking the L on that one either because he ain't.
Chris is trying to take all the points. When I be doing this on other episodes, he be like, "No, you got that wrong. No." But my answers actually be right. Like you can look it up in the scripture.
But am I wrong though? Am I wrong?
I mean, I said he didn't prepare any food, but you know what the computer is.
So what you gonna believe? You gonna believe what the computer say when it's wrong?
We're gonna ask the question correctly and then answer that question. So the real question is, what did Rebekah give to Jacob to give to his daddy?
I would agree. Then I would have put goat or food that he loved, like you did, because I think you're right. If Rebekah prepared it.
All right.
All right, so I'm not taking an L on this one. I'll take an L on the last one though. I'll let that one be. I'm not taking an L on this one. Chat GPT is wrong.
What was the primary blessing Isaac unknowingly gave Jacob?
What was the primary blessing that Isaac unknowingly gave Jacob? There's so many ways to go with this.
I feel like based on what he said to Esau, the primary part is this. But maybe this is what we're reading here. The options. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, we put the same thing.
Yep. Why can't I see?
I saw it. There you go.
What did it say?
Rule over his brother.
I said brothers.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an S, but I ran out of space.
Well,
do you need to read us the options? Is that not what they were going with?
Yep.
Okay, read the options.
So, option A is military victory over Egypt.
How do you keep talking about Egypt?
I don't know.
B is dominion, prosperity, and covenant authority. C is priesthood rights only. And D is ownership of Abraham's wells.
Right.
Okay, B then.
It would have been B.
Yeah.
And I did not think to combine all of them into one answer, but I think we did talk about the fact that it talked to how he would be wealthy, how we would rule over his brothers, and how we would be protected, if I remember correctly. So.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
The reason we said rule over brothers is because when Esau came and asked, like, you don't have something for me, he's like, no, he's gonna rule over you. He's gonna be this and that. It's like, well, just give me something then.
It's like, and it said the question was a little misleading because it said that something. What is the chief? I think it said. What was the question again, Marcus?
What was the primary blessing Isaac unknowingly gave Jacob?
Yeah, and the answer has everything in it. It's not just a primary thing. It's not one thing out of the entire blessing, which is when I hear that word primary, what I think it's saying. So I don't know. What's the ruling? Did we get it right or wrong?
Did we get it right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you read it, we said the right answer, so we still picked the right answer.
Technically, but at first y'all didn't put all of them in one, but
that's why we said read it because we didn't know where the computer was going.
So, I say y'all eventually got it right.
He's like, eventually y'all got there.
And you find that in Genesis 27, 28 to 29. Question 7. What vow did Jacob make at Bethel after his dream?
Wow. We were just thinking about this too, weren't we? You went and studied. I did not study.
I didn't get this far in studying. I was trying to listen to all the chapters, but it was taking longer than I thought.
Okay, this isn't working. Let me do it this way.
Read the question again.
What vow did Jacob make at Bethel after his dream?
Can I just put the first part?
What's the first part?
I'm gonna wait for Chris to write before I say what the first part is.
And I don't know, do y'all want the extra commentary in this from me, or does it matter?
Okay.
We ain't cutting nothing out. You are a special guest. You've been waiting for this moment. Like, when we gonna get Remarcus on? When we gonna get Remarcus on?
Nobody said that.
I put God would be his God if ... all the things that he wanted, like the clothes and the protection and all the things.
Yep. I said basically the same thing. You will be my God. I will give you a tenth.
Yeah, the 10th too.
Okay.
Did we get some of it?
Yeah, the answer to that I guess this came from ChatGPT.
Yep.
If the Lord will be his God if brought back safe.
Hey, if what's the covenant? If you do this, then
Okay.
even
So I
though he
get
saw
half a
all
point.
this.
But you
But you said
put
God will be his God.
yeah, you said that.
Yeah, I didn't put the if statement in there.
Um, and
All right, you find that in Genesis 28, 20 to 22. Question 8. Why were Leah's eyes specifically mentioned in contrast to Rachel?
what?
And why were Leah's eyes specifically mentioned to contrast to Leah?
We don't know
So,
why they were specifically mentioned.
Honestly, you can go find that somewhere.
Okay.
yeah, we'll have to see what they say. I'm not sure. I'm a completely agree with this one either.
What's the word? Her eyes were not dim, not lazy. Okay,
We
I
ready?
got this.
Oh, you said weak. I
Yeah,
said
her
gentle.
eyes were gentle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we talked
they
about
said
that just because it said weak, that people use that to try and say that she wasn't attractive or something.
Yeah, but we talked about it being that it wasn't that she wasn't attractive. She just wasn't like, and she didn't
Right.
have no spark.
And that word weak wasn't meant to talk about looks, but more of, like you said, spark or attitude or demeanor. And I think we chose timid and gentle or something like that when we talked about it. Sorry, Marcus, go ahead.
you good. It says Leah's appearance contrasted Rachel's beauty. So pretty much y'all use weak instead of contrasted.
So what was the answer?
Leah's appearance contrasted Rachel's beauty.
Oh,
Yeah.
and we said that wasn't necessarily true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like that they put that.
What were the other answers?
Leah was blind.
Oh, jeez. Gosh. Hey.
Leah had diseased eyes,
Oh, my.
and Leah wore a bridal veil consistently.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay, next time we use Gemini.
Next. But
And you
this is
find that in
good.
Genesis.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marcus.
You good, you good. You find that in Genesis 29:17.
Yeah. But I mean, so I was going to say this is good because we know enough that we don't just take what, this AI thing is giving back to us. It's like, it's not quite this. It's not quite that because we've done the work. So I'm still happy. All right.
Question 9. Which son of Jacob were born to Rachel's servant Bilhah?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Oh,
Did I
my
say that wrong?
gosh.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like I know which ones. Is it these two?
Hold on. Which one? Which what?
Which sons were born to Bilhah? Which of the
Oh,
sons
to
were born to Bilhah?
Bilhah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I messed that name up. That Bilhah.
Bilhah is Rachel's maidservant, right? So Reuben and all them, we know it's not Simeon, we know it's not Judah, we know it's not Reuben, we know it's not. I feel like one of them is this one. I wish I remembered the meaning. Or was he? I feel like he's Leah's son. Can
And
we
the
get the
other
multiple
one.
choice? It's too many of them. So it's too many.
I'm close. Hold on. I almost got it. It's okay. I wrote my answers down. If you want the multiple choice, you can do that.
Okay, tell us your answers. I'll take the L on this one.
What else? I put Naphtali and Zebulun.
Is that right?
No.
No. Is one of them Dan?
Yep.
Ah, it was closer. It's Dan. I knew it was Dan. I wrote
Dan
Dan,
and
but I didn't get
Naphtali.
the other one. Yes. Is it
Okay.
Dan and Naphtali?
Yep.
There we go. So we both get a half a point.
I remembered the
'Cause I got
wrestling.
Dan.
And Dan was about the judgment. I did not remember the judging. I remember the wrestling. I think Dan was for judgment.
Yeah, I wrote down Dan, and I was like, "What was they came back to back, but I couldn't remember what the other one was."
Yeah.
Look at us. That wasn't bad.
That was by far the hardest one, though.
Yeah, the specific son. They should have asked us who Leah's sons were. She had the most.
And you find that in Genesis 30, 5 through 8.
Yep.
Question 10. What object did Rachel hide while sitting on the camel saddle?
It's funny. When you write it down, it's even funnier. And actually, they don't deserve a capital.
Oh, you're right.
All right. Ready?
Foreign god idol.
Yeah, I said foreign gods.
They put household
god.
Household idols, Teraphim. Teraphim.
Seraphim?
Teraphim.
Wait, what? Spell it again?
Teraphim. Teraphim.
Te. Okay, teraphim. So idol is probably the better thing. I can't remember. So household gods, I remember that. I don't remember whether it was called specifically an idol or not. I always thought that they said it like she was sitting on gods, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think I said it's a household gods.
Yeah.
I don't remember the teraphim word.
No, that's probably what it is in Hebrew. Okay. I think that is what it is in the Hebrew. The original language.
Okay.
And you find that in Genesis 31, 34 to 35. Why did Jacob limp after wrestling with the man at Peniel?
Oh, okay. All right, ready?
Because he touched his hip socket.
Yep, his hip was touched. You're probably closer with socket because
I said sinew. I said touched the sinew of his hip socket.
The sinew.
Because they don't eat the sinew. Because that's what they said.
That's what they said. No, you're right. You're exactly right. That's what they said.
What's the answer?
His thigh socket was touched.
Thigh.
Hip, thigh. You got it right. Close enough.
You find that in Genesis 32, 25, 31.
All right.
Question 12. Last question. What covenant sign did Simon and Levi use deceptively against the men of Shechem?
Are you going to spell it right this time, Leah?
Am I? Do I ever spell stuff right?
Is it Shechem or Shechem?
Shechem.
Shechem. Shechem.
I can't count spelling against me. I think this is a C. Yeah, maybe. I might have spelled it close.
I can't see it.
Let me see.
Hold on. I'm trying to get it to focus. Which way?
There you go. Yep, there it is. You spelled it right.
I erased some letters. I changed them around. See? I got it at the end of the day.
CISON.
Yes.
Yep.
I should get a prize for that. I need bonus points.
I don't have my thing. We'll dub in an applause.
Yes, because I'm very bad at spelling.
That was the last question?
Yep. And you find that in Genesis 34, 13 through 17. Circumcision.
Did I stop at 34? Maybe I just asked for 12 questions across all of them. So those were the most. But cool. That's our quiz. Our seasonal quiz. Thanks, Remarcus, for sitting in. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Yep. I got 100%. Actually, no, I think I got a half point. I got a 90 something percent.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I got 86.
I ain't gonna know 86. I got half of one, and the rest I got right.
Was he marking down whether we got him right or not?
I don't know.
Oh,
Were you marking if we got them right or not?
Because y'all didn't get number 6 right.
What was number 6?
Dominion, prosperity, and covenant. Authority.
We did get that right.
I said eventually.
Okay. We got it right when we had the options, but we answered the question first.
That's a hard question to answer because of the way that it's worded. That's a chat GPT-ism to me. You can't ask me what the primary thing in a blessing is. You ask me what the blessing is, right? Or you if you want everything, you just ask me what the blessing is, not what the primary thing is. If I saw that on the quiz, I'd be upset because that's not fair.
Well, I guess you could take that for number 5 then, because you put nothing.
That's
Chris. I'm
you said he wasn't backing off for that one.
Because he did not make anything. Wait, read the question again. Did it say what he made or what he served?
It said what he prepared. No, it said what he prepared.
He did not prepare anything. So I'm not backing off of that.
Yeah. I think it specifically says she prepared, or I will prepare for you, or whatever. Like, prepare is used in the verse, but it ain't Jacob.
It's not him. All he did was go get the goats.
Yeah.
But cool.
Yeah.
We're smarter than Chat GPT. Take that, AI.
All right, I'm out here.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So we're supposed to like laugh and talk about how awesome the quiz is, right?
Are we? We did that in the quiz. Because it's like a 30-minute break right now. So, and we're back.
Yes. And we are back. Man, that quiz was awesome, wasn't it? I don't know. Hopefully,
I'm pretty sure I got a higher score than you did. Chris wasn't trying to take his L's in that quiz.
No, that's not.
Y'all just watched it. So.
Yeah, let us know if I was off in anything that I did. I think there was one question that I was off, and that was the naming of the sons. And we both got a half point because you got Dan and I got Naphtali. I'm standing 10 toes down on everything else I answered.
Okay. Yeah, y'all let us know.
Y'all let us know. Maybe that should be a quiz too. All right. So now what we are going to do is we're going to go back through each chapter, starting with chapter 4, and just give a synopsis, a one-liner about, or something that stood out to you in that chapter. That's a big takeaway. All right. Yeah. So Genesis chapter 24, and the title of that episode is My Girl, My Girl, My Girl. So, what was your big takeaway from that one?
I think my big takeaway is we talked a lot about why Abraham didn't want Isaac's wife to come from the land of Canaan, and them trying to like separate out. Like if we're gonna take over, because now it's a takeover versus a merger, we can't then marry these people because then it's more of a merger than a takeover.
Right. Yeah. I think that's what it was, and then this idea, it really seems to come up later, but that there may be some pulling away from the Lord because of the Canaanites. But the question with that is Haran folks didn't worship the Lord either. So what makes it better to go there if that's the case?
Yeah.
So I like the first, what you said better is the reason. Yeah. For me, what stood out was just progeny, right? I was thinking about this, that the fact that the Lord has promised Abraham that he is going to be a great nation, he's going to have many offspring. It doesn't stop, or it's not fulfilled because I have Isaac. It's gotta be continued and carried forward. And I think that's what Abraham was worrying about and considering as he was doing that. And it's like, all right, keep this thing going. Isaac's got to get married, and he wants to make sure that Isaac goes to the right place. I guess the best place that he knows to get a wife. Yeah. All right. Next up, Genesis chapter 25, and the title of that one is On to the Next One.
On to the next one is funny. I mean, I don't remember it being funny when we read it, but it's funny now.
Good. That's the point. That's what it's trying to do.
Yeah. So this was the chapter with a lot of things were happening because we get introduced to Abraham's new wife. I guess we didn't talk about, but Sarah's passed, right?
Right. Yeah.
So Abraham has a new wife. His sons, Isaac and his sons,
Ishmael
and Isaac. He dies. We get introduced to the new wife. She has some kids.
Yes.
Then Abraham dies, and then we get the whole. I think we get some genealogy.
Yeah, we get some of Ishmael's line.
Yeah, and then we get Esau and Jacob's like birth story and all of that. It's just a lot. It's a lot in this chapter. It's a pretty decent, or I would say not long necessarily, but a lot of information in one chapter.
No, I mean it's long.
It was only like 30 something verses, but it just felt like a lot.
I mean, there was a lot that was covered.
Yeah.
Right. So that makes sense.
Because we went from their birth all the way to the taking of the birthright.
Right.
So, well, we went all the way from Abraham having a new wife, dying, new kids. Like, it's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
So to pick one thing, it's hard.
Okay.
But
pick two.
Pick two. What was the thing that stood out?
Yeah, it's only.
I think Esau being so hungry that he was gonna die for some stew was a little crazy in that chapter. Because I'm like, you could have waited to cook something up.
Yeah.
Yourself.
That was a bit extra.
Yeah.
Being a little dramatic, homie.
And I think we also get introduced to Jacob's like cunningness.
Yes.
Because it starts here and we see it so many times throughout this season of him just. It seems like he's always has a plan. And we see that with his mother as well.
Yes.
So it's like we know where he got it from.
Yep.
His mother, his uncle, a lot of them in that lineage. So it's just interesting to see it happening now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. One thing even from chapter 24 that I was thinking about, and when you mentioned Laban, it came back to me. Remember when Laban was like, they said, okay, you can go. Rebekah's going to go with you to the servant. And then the next day, Laban was like, wait around.
Yeah, let her stay 10 more days. Yeah.
We need to celebrate. That's his MO.
Yeah.
And it didn't hit me until this morning that's the same thing he did with Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you'll stay 7 years. Oh, guess what? I got you to stay another 7. It's like that's his thing. Oh, you feel good, comfortable. Nah, stay. I'm gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's what is it? I think you said it. Got it from his mama. Got it from
the whole family. That whole side. But I think that goes back to you saying the people of Haran were not necessarily believers in God, right? So for them to be this like conniving kind of makes sense. So
and
yeah,
and even so, and let's not be hypocritical, because I think even the people of God can still be conniving.
Yeah, right? yeah. But I think the weight of it feels different now. And I think that Reverend Coleman will be like, they are all believers in some way.
I don't think he'd
but
say that about Quran folks.
I think so, because that's how he was describing Leah and Rachel and Laban.
Yeah. Well,
so
we will have to ask him.
Yeah. I think they have an understanding of who God is, but they still have their other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They aren't wholeheartedly sold out for the Lord.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. What stood out to me from this is isolation isn't the right word, but the separating of everyone from Isaac says that he is now the focal point.
Mm.
He is the one, not Ishmael, not any other people that, sons that Keturah had. All of them were sent away, and you're left with Isaac.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then that sets you up, just like you said, for this it's not long, but like you said, this chapter that has a bunch of information that seems to move really fast.
Yeah.
But the focus is that it was Abraham, he had all these sons, they all go away, they all become nations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's Isaac, and he's moving forward.
Yeah.
So, and that was sort of the reason for the title, like on to the next one, like Abraham to Isaac, that whole transition, that whole passing of the torch, that whole selection type of thing.
Yeah.
Is that why you laughed?
No, I laugh because the first sentence in it is like, and Abraham got a new wife, and I'm like, on to the next one for real.
Well, yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's literally the first verse. Abraham took another wife whose name was Keturah. It's like, dang,
he's too spot on. All right. So then we get to Genesis chapter 26, and the title of that one is Deja Vu.
Yeah.
Deja Vu.
Yeah.
Give us a little synopsis.
What did we talk about in that chapter? So God gives the promise to Isaac, the same promise that was given to Abraham and everyone. Isaac is the Isaac and Abimelech situation where he tells them about Rebekah being his sister and that whole thing.
I think that's one of the questions in the quiz you tried to say I got wrong.
And then we get Esau's wives.
Mm-hmm.
And how they made life bitter for Isaac and Rebekah.
Yeah. I think the thing that in this chapter that stood out to me is sort of the parallels, especially early between Abraham and Isaac. Mm-hmm. Right? Almost gives me that like father, like son vibe type of thing. Mm-hmm. There's a famine. Because of the famine, you're going to go to Egypt. The Lord talks to him, tells him to stop. And to Isaac's credit, he does and goes and hangs out. I can't remember, but in Abimelech's area. Mm-hmm.
Gerar.
Yeah, thank you. And hangs out in Abimelech's area. So, but at that same thing, just like Abraham lied about, get it from your mama, like you said, they were all lookers, apparently.
Yeah.
So he's like, tell everybody you're my sister. And you're like, what? Did we not learn anything? Did we not take anything from Abraham that you shouldn't do this or you don't need to do this?
I mean, Abraham didn't learn himself. He did it twice himself.
And so, but anyway, so that sort of to me is like, oh yeah, you really are, the one to carry on. You're being just like your dad in these cases. So that stood out to me.
Yeah, I think it was the same for me, like the repeating but we all know that Isaac really loved his wife. It was a little different than his daddy situation. So, and them being able to kind of just see that, like you can see that, nah, these are not brother and sister.
Yeah.
I don't think that was really, I guess Sarah got taken, so there wasn't an opportunity to see it. But this one you can see they can't keep their hands off each other in public.
Right. Exactly.
You in the wide open, and people we were like, wait a minute, ain't no way.
Y'all what now? Y'all brother and sister?
Yeah.
I don't usually talk like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's interesting. Next up, Genesis chapter 27. Stolen blessings.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah. We have Jacob feeling like, or Jacob stealing the blessing from Esau with the help of his mother.
Yep.
Isaac feeling like he was about to die and needed to give this blessing now, even though he lives a very long time after. But yeah, that was pretty much that chapter. It was just the whole scheming with Rebekah and Jacob and Isaac kind of falling for all of it.
Right. So yeah, so I can start this one again. I think for Genesis chapter 27, the thing that stood out is just as what you said earlier. Like you said, it's multiple things here. One, to me, and this will be the big thing, was the reason that Rebekah was doing this.
Mm.
Did she do this because she thought she was helping? Did she do this because Jacob is her favorite? Did she do this for some combination of the two?
Yeah.
Right?
Probably a combo.
Yeah. But even if it's a combo, I feel like one thing leads you, like there's one stronger pull or stronger reason. It's almost like, ooh, he's my favorite. And the Lord said that he's going to rule, right?
Yeah.
So why not do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like there's that the combo can go in either direction. Or it's, yeah, the Lord said that this is supposed to happen. He's about to do something bad. And plus, Jacob's my favorite anyway. So I can see either way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, she was ready to risk it all for it. She said, let whatever the punishment is be on me.
Be on me. I'm like, man.
Whatever her conviction was strong.
And I was thinking about this morning. I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. I'm wondering if the punishment was that she never got to see Jacob again.
Could have been.
Because I don't think that, I think that happens in this next chapter. I don't think that. No, it's this chapter when he gets sent away. 28.
I think it's the next
Okay.
chapter. Well, yeah, it's this chapter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 27.
27. So I don't think that she thought she would never see him again when she sent him away.
Yeah.
Right. So to not see him, because one of the things she said was, should I be bereft of
both of my sons?
Sons in one day.
Yeah.
Well, kind of were of, well, not of both, but your favorite you didn't get to see again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's what stood out to me.
Yeah. I think what stood out to me is how angry Esau is. And him feeling like he still deserved the blessing, even though he had already sold his birthright. Yeah. And I think we talked about that. Like, what's the difference? How are they connected? Yeah. All of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was mad. He was upset.
So you think of his anger being worse than Isaac's anger, or what? Because to me, I would have said Isaac's anger struck me because he was trembling and he's not directly affected by it, but he's still really upset.
And I think we had a little bit of a disagreement in the reaction because I still took it and I still take it as more fear of what just happened.
Okay.
And you guys took it as anger.
Yeah.
So
I think he was angry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So right. I think that Esau is angry.
Yeah, definitely. But
Isaac is, I didn't think he was angry. I think he was afraid initially. Actually, I think he could have been afraid for multiple reasons. If he knows that he was supposed to bless Jacob and tried to bless Esau, he could be afraid that God kind of caught him.
Okay.
And you're being disobedient.
Okay.
If he does not know that that's the situation or that Jacob is supposed to get the blessing, now he's just afraid that he was tricked and he just ate all this food. And he does, I think in the next couple of verses, he's saying, well, it was Jacob because he knew he heard the voice of Jacob.
Yeah.
So there was an idea, but I think the initial reaction to me was fear of what we don't, I mean, of both things maybe.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can see it. I just still think it was, he trembled with anger, and I can see the fear part too. So, all right. Anything else?
Nope.
Next up, not episode, but Genesis chapter 28. And the title of that episode was Chutes and Ladders.
Makes sense.
Makes sense?
Yep.
I like that. I like that now we've gone through it. You can go back and look at the title.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah, that fits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we start off with Jacob being sent to Laban. His father blesses him and sends him away. Esau marries one of Ishmael's daughters. Then Jacob has that dream, and that's where the Chutes and Ladders title comes from.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. So what stood out to you?
I think it was funny that Esau. I've been on Esau a lot. Interesting. That because he wasn't the focus, but for me, for some reason, his part is sticking out, and I think it's gonna keep sticking out because I like the what's Jasmine's character development, like when he gets to the end. But anyways, Esau decides to marry one of Ishmael's daughters, and we thought the idea was that it would kind of rectify the situation with him and his parents, because we know that his first two wives were making their lives miserable.
Right.
So him just feeling like this will solve the issue, and it's like, is it? Because it's still not exactly what they want, and you still won't be the chosen no matter what you do.
Yeah.
But at least he's trying.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying. The thing that sticks out to me is the vow. And we talked about it in the episode. It's an if-then statement. And everyone that we've seen that's really been called out, whether it's Noah, Abraham, Isaac, right? There's no if-then. Yeah. It's like the Lord calls, you do. But Jacob is like, if you bring me back here, if you provide for me, if you keep me safe, then you will be my God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's something that stuck out to me. And then as you go through it, you see, even then, what you see is that the Lord is making the promise on his own. So he's not put anything on Jacob to say, you need to behave, you need to do da-da-da. The Lord's like, I'm going to do these things.
Yeah.
And then Jacob's like, if, then, but the Lord does those things because he said he would.
Yeah.
So you see Jacob sort of turn a new leaf, and the then actually comes true.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's what stood out to me. I'm trying to see. There were some long chapters in here in terms of number of verses, but I'm not seeing them.
No, I don't think we've gotten to it yet.
Okay. So then, Genesis chapter 29. And the title of this one is The Old Switcheroo.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jacob finally gets
like you have to say it that way. The old switcheroo. Like you gotta say it like you're like an old man who
you're a pirate or something. I don't know what the voice was. But we have Jacob finally getting to where he was trying to get to.
Yes.
And he meets Rachel.
Yep.
Loves Rachel. All the things.
Yeah.
and he wants to marry Rachel.
Yep.
There's a lot in this chapter, actually,
Yes.
too. It's one of those where a lot is happening in one chapter because he gets there, he meets the people, he does this, he does that, he serves for a little bit. He's told he needs to. Oh, what do you want your wages to be? Oh, let me marry this person.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he ends up marrying Leah first, tricked into marrying Leah, and then eventually gets to marry Rachel. And then Leah starts having children because she's not loved.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Yeah, that is sad. It is sad when you say when you think of it that way.
Yeah.
You put the entirety of it into view.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know what stands out to me in this chapter. I want to say it's and this is it's like a oxymoron. Like, while Jacob can be so cunning to the point of being deceptive, he also is a very stand-up guy. If that makes sense.
I can see that.
Right? Because, I mean, it's like, what's your way? He doesn't, why 7 years? Why not 1? You know?
Yeah.
And then, why not be like once? Because, and we talked about this, y'all explained it. It's like, okay, he worked the 7 years, he gets married to Leah, right? Tricked into that. You got your own medicine. But then after that week of Leah is completed, then he gets Rachel. He could have been out. He could have been like, "Nah, I'm not working the other 7 years. I got what I wanted. Why do I need to do this?" But he sticks it out.
Yeah.
And then there's other things that he does, and he even calls out that if you find, when he talks about the sheep and stuff, I'm jumping ahead again. If you find any of the spotted, mottled, speckled that among mine, that aren't that way among mine, then you know that I've cheated you or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
that's interesting to me, and that in all of his tricksterness, his heel grabbing, that he also seems like a pretty stand-up guy, which is weird.
Yeah. Stand-up guy sounds.
It sounds off, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's not the right, but a man of his word.
I mean, yeah. No.
See,
I'm like, a man of his word. I was gonna say I could see that, but he lied to his daddy like straight up.
Straight up, he sure did.
Multiple times.
Yes. So I don't know what to make of it, but that's
He's growing.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him that.
Yeah. What stood out to me is Judah being born, and that being like the Leah's finally just accepting, kind of. Not did she accept, because she didn't accept as we move forward, but for this set of kids, for this first set of kids, she's finally like accepted that, like, she's gonna praise God because she's blessed with children, and her sister doesn't have any,
right?
So it's a blessing that she's able to have all of these kids, even if her husband doesn't love her or doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he loved you enough to keep giving you kids, but maybe that's, again, not love. We talk about what is love. We've been talking about that since Adam and Eve. And here it's just hard because we know that Jacob has some care for her.
Yes.
Is it at the same level as Rachel? No.
No.
But does the discrepancy in the two equal hatred as the way they say it?
Right.
And I think no, it doesn't equal hatred in the way that we understand hatred. But for her, as a second, well, not a second wife, technically she's the first wife, but as kind of sitting as a second wife, I could see how she's like, this is a lot.
Yeah. And I think that what could lead to some thinking that there is that hatred is the description of Leah with what was
weak eyes.
Weak eyes. And if you don't understand what that means, then you could think that there may be even something about her appearance that really puts him off. But that's not what that is meant to really talk to.
Yeah.
It's not meant to talk about appearance or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, go back and watch 29. I think for this, I'm gonna try to do the little thing that pops up so you can click to go to the chapters.
Okay.
If I don't do it, I don't do it, but I'm gonna try to remember to do it.
That's how we do. It's like, yeah, I want to do this. This would be cool. All right, we'll see if it happens. So, hey, we'll see. Cool. Did I do what stood out to me in that chapter already? Yeah, I did. Because I talked about the two sides of Jacob.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Genesis chapter 30. And the title of that one is Fool Me Once.
Yeah, fool me once. I guess that makes sense. But he's already been fooled twice. He's already been fooled. He already been fooled once with the marriage.
Right, he's been fooled once with the marriage.
Now he's going to be fooled again.
Oh, sweat.
Because let me make sure. Yeah, with the flock. He's going to be fooled because he says, yes, you can have these. And then he takes them away. He fooled them again.
No. So, cool. We can talk about this. I don't think he was fooled, though.
Was he not?
Jacob? No.
Yes.
It wasn't fooled.
Laban said, can I have the flock that are spotted? Da, 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 da. He says, yes, you can have that. And he immediately takes them away. Right. So that's fooled me twice.
No, I don't think so, because while Laban tried to do something to set him back in terms of what he would be able to keep, and I think, again, getting back to Laban's MO, try to keep him around longer, right? Ultimately what happens is he has a whole bunch of spotted, mottled, striped.
That's after the fool me twice, though. So I think it's fool me once, fool me twice, and then you can't fool me no more after that.
So, okay. So this is what I think is happening. You're looking at three parts, right? You're looking at marriage fool, the wages that I'm going to keep. You got fooled then. And then Jacob finally figures it out.
Yeah, like,
when
okay.
he gets his herds.
Yeah.
His livestock.
Yeah.
Right? Because the Lord's working with him and he gets all the stuff.
Yeah. So I think he had the fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, but you're not going to fool me no more. Like, that's enough. Because I think moving past this point, and again, going forward in chapter 31, that's when he's like, all right, I'm out. Like, I got what I need. I'm out. You're not going to be able to keep using me. And
the difference is, when I look at it, I look at the marriage scenario as one thing, and the whole entirety of the dealing with the herds and the flocks is another. So I only think of two instances, not three. And you also have to think about the fact that Laban changes his wages multiple times. We find that out later. So he's getting food a lot of times. Now that's valid. Yeah. Because if he's changed his wages multiple times, 10. And we don't know if that was hyperbole. Yeah, that could have been. We aren't told that he changed it all the 10 times. But yeah. I wouldn't put it past Laban. Yeah. Even if it's 2, it's still more than for once. The wages, I'll give you. So should we go back and change it to fool me 10 times? fool me a bunch of times. Like, eventually I get it. Eventually I'll figure it out. Yeah. All right, cool. So I guess, we already kind of talked about what that chapter's about. This is 30. What stuck out to me? We have the mandrake situation, but even before that, the giving of the maidservants is in there. So everybody's trying to have all of these kids. Leah, who already has a decent amount, is still like, yeah, take mine too and have some more. And then she has some more again. It's just so many kids. There's so many kids and so many women and so much going on. Yeah. But yeah, the mandrake situation was interesting because Leah is saying, you want my son's mandrakes,
and you like it's not enough that you already took my husband. And I always thought that was funny because he wasn't supposed to be your husband.
Right.
So if anything, Rachel should be like, he wasn't supposed to be your husband. Like I wanted her to be like, has her energy, but she's just like, I just want kids. Like you do whatever you want. You can have him tonight. Just give me the stuff that's supposed to help.
Dispose right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Mandrake situation is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what stood out to me is the you touched on it. It's basically what you're saying, right? It's the desire, the want, the willingness to go through all of these things to have Jacob be the one that is the darling in Jacob's eye.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you said it to Leah's point. She's like, I just want him to love me, and I'm giving him all these kids, and I'm gonna. We saw the same thing with Hagar. Like, hey, go have a child with Hagar, and she'll be mine. But they're like, that's what else hit me. They're like, yeah, take my servants, and then I'll have more children. But rarely, I can't think of an instance where those kids that are of those servants are actually named under Leah or Rachel.
Yeah, they're not.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like Zilpah had, and Bilhah had.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think you may have just miscalculated that a little bit. Because it's not put that way anywhere that I've seen it thus far.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what sticks out to me is just the desire to be the darling of Jacob's eye, and both the fighting.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the chapter, we find out that Isaac is growing, right? So on top of the children, he's also gaining wealth to some degree.
Yes.
Not on his own, but through the trickery and through all of that, because that wasn't the standout things for us. But I think it's still good to mention that even though he was fooled more than once, he still ends up with a lot.
Yes, he still does. Definitely does. All right. Genesis chapter 31. Do you want to say the title since you named this one?
Oh, which one did we use? Let's Get Out of Here?
I think it's Let's Get Out of Here.
Okay. Yeah, the title was Let's Get Out of Here.
And I would do my skedaddle, but my stuff's messing up.
Oh, dang.
I know. I already had it planned, and I looked down and I was like, what happened?
He'll put it in post.
I'll do something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, this chapter was Jacob leaving from Laban and quote unquote tricked him to get out of there.
Right.
We don't know exactly what the trickery was, but they get out of there.
Yeah.
And is this a chapter? Does he follow him in this one? Yeah. Laban follows him. There's a whole situation with the household gods.
Yeah.
This was one of those super long ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was, like you said, the other ones have a lot going on. This one has a lot going on too.
Yeah. God confronts Laban. Laban confronts Jacob. Everybody confronts everybody because Jacob then yells at Laban. It's a lot going on.
And that's one of the only time where that's the only time I can remember where it seems like Jacob gets riled up and angry.
Is this the only time? Well, I think he's very emotional in general because when we were in Joseph's story, he was very emotional.
Yeah, he was old then. Everything's emotional when you get old. You should see me now. I'm just I never cried at this stuff. Now I'm little moisture gets in the corner of my eye at just the weirdest things. Like, man, this is crazy.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I think that a lot was going on. But he does get riled up, and I feel like that's kind of might be his personality.
Yeah. Okay.
Just looking ahead or back, it's hard because we started at the end. But looking through Joseph's story, Jacob was very emotional.
Yeah, that had 55 verses.
What stood out? I think the thing that stood out for me was the distinction between the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob versus the God of, I guess it wasn't Laban. What was it? The God of
I don't remember, but
they called it something. But his Laban's lineage and how
Haran or maybe in Haran or something like that.
how it's separated. And I think it was good to just see that they are not serving the same God.
Right.
Even, I mean, maybe we knew that. I don't know if we knew that clearly.
I mean, I think that you can sort of going back to chapter 24. I always thought it was weird when Laban was like, when the servant was like, yeah, and my lord, the lord of my master, because that's how he generally referred to the Lord, said all of these things would happen and that this one would be my wife, and that they were just like, okay, if your God says that's what it is, then that's what it'll be. That from that point, it always struck me as, yeah, they'll take the information, but they don't have any tie to this Lord that the servant is bringing, or that Abraham is tied to, right? So it didn't surprise me at this point, because I think I always had that sort of inclination.
Yeah, and I think initially in that chapter I saw it more as them saying, "Oh yeah, if the Lord says it, then that's what it is." So it feels like you know who the Lord is, and you're trusting that that's what the Lord wants. So you can't speak against it.
Yeah, I wonder if if just because I knew what would happen, if I was just reading that sort of back into it, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, possibly.
But what stood out to me in this chapter? I think the fact that we talk about in this chapter the dream, right? Because we're not told about Jacob we're not told about why Jacob asked for the spotted and speckled and mottled and all of that, right? But here we get this dream where the Lord says he sees everything that Laban is doing to him, and that he's seeing Jacob, that is, spotted, speckled, mottled, striped, and such offspring from all of those sheep and lambs and goats and stuff. And it's like, wow, did he know? And we brought it up in the episode. Is he telling us a dream that he had before, which caused him to ask for that as his wages? Or is he saying that the Lord sees everything Laban is doing, and I'm still going to hold up your end of the bargain in this?
Yeah.
Right. So the dream stands out to me, and the placement of the dream, because I don't think we're told especially where it happened or when it happens. Whether it happens before or after is interesting to me.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, I like this title, Genesis chapter 32.
Yes.
You wanna
wrestling with my past, parentheses, and God.
And God.
Yeah.
Sounds like a soap opera episode.
It kind of was a soap opera episode. Ooh. Because in soap operas, random stuff be happening, and you're like, "What the world? This person is a twin? How? I thought they died."
Right? Like, where did they come from?
But yeah, so this chapter we have Jacob on his way back to his homeland.
Yeah.
And he knows he's going to run into his brother at some point, right? So he sends people ahead to talk to find Esau, and he's like, "Oh, your brother's coming back with 400 men." Now he's scared, and he's prepping himself to meet his brother.
Right.
And in the preparation, he sends all these people, and he stays back, and then starts wrestling with God out of nowhere.
Right. It's just like, hey, this dude pops up.
Yeah.
And how do you get into a wrestling match anyway? I mean, like, do you like square up? You see him?
We don't know. We have no idea how it happened. We don't know how it started. Did somebody say something? Like they're just wrestling.
I don't know why this word came to me. All right, let's squabble. It's like I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah. Oh man.
I think I would imagine that Jacob started it. Because remember Jacob when he went to the well and he's just like, what are y'all doing? This is not how you do stuff. I'm gonna move this rock. Like nobody asked you for all that.
No. Yeah, Jacob probably started it. That's wild. That's interesting. All of these questions. Oh man. So again, like you said, the room that you can go in and see the replay. Mm-hmm. Now I want to go back in that room and see, all right, what exactly happened? Like who approached who? Yeah. What did Jacob do? Was he like, look, it's time, let's get it? I don't know. This is just interesting.
He had to have like grabbed him, like, no, give me something. God is like, what are you doing, bro? I'm gonna let you have this for a little bit. Right. Not even a little bit, a lot of bit. A long time. And then eventually you'd be like, all right, you're doing too much.
Yeah. We about to end this. Oh man. What stuck out to me in this chapter, like I said, there's a lot here. I think what stood out to me is the willingness. So there's really two things that stood out to me. And I think that both of them are pointing back to the Lord, right? And this relationship that Jacob has with the Lord now. One is his desire to go home and to face his brother, who he knew wanted to kill him at one point, trying to make things right. And two, his prayer.
Yeah.
Right. And I couch all of that in fixing relationships, becoming right with God, understanding more who this Lord is.
Yeah. Yeah. What stood out to me? I don't know. This one is
there's a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot. I think for me, it's how much, like we knew that Jacob had a lot, but when he starts sending things to his brother, you're like, wait, that's a lot. Yes. And that's probably not even a dent into what you have. Mm-hmm. Even if you gave half, which I doubt it was half. Like it's so much. He's gained so much wealth in the 20 years that he's been gone. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just interesting. I think looking forward again, how he was able to just keep all of this, the people. We're sure he has people, he has camels, he has the children, he has a lot, and he's traveling with all of them. And God has kept him safe through all of this, because we haven't even talked about like how God has just been with them as a group to this point. Yeah. Because you would expect some of this is gonna die. Like we're gonna lose some things, some people. It's reminding me of like Oregon Trail, the game. Like y'all not gonna make it. Yeah, y'all not gonna make it all the way here. How did y'all make it with this many kids and this many wives and this many? Like, how did y'all even make it this far?
You got an Oregon Trail.
I love that game. I won it a couple times.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played it. I've only heard about it. I've never played it.
I don't know if you could still play it in 2026, but I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Yeah. All right, cool. So next up, Genesis chapter 33. And the title of this is Time Heals All Wounds.
Question mark. Yeah. Exclamation point.
I always put exclamation point. I don't know. It's weird.
You're excited about the question?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wanted to put the question because I think that there is not I think ambiguity is the right word. Like, what's going to happen? It feels like all of this is leading up to this tense moment where they ultimately meet. And then it's like, all right, has time made it such that they can coexist and they're going to be good? or not.
Yeah, makes sense. So this is the chapter where Esau and Jacob finally meet.
Yes.
And this is where we're deciding, does time heal all the wounds? I think for Esau, it did. I think for Jacob, we still have the question.
Right.
Because when Esau is offering the things he's offering, he's like, I don't know.
Right.
Come with me. No, thank you. Here, take some woman. I'm good. I'm all good. Even though he forced all of these things on Esau.
Right.
And then when Esau is trying to like reciprocate, he's like, no, thank you.
And you made a good point about what it meant to accept the gifts.
Yeah.
So do we think Jacob's non-acceptance of any help from Esau says anything about Jacob's view of the relationship with Esau?
It might. And I don't know enough about the two like nations to be able to say if this is telling of something.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Did you want to go first?
I can. What stood out to me is the order in which Jacob places his wives.
Yeah.
And we know his girl's gonna be in the back. Just in case. Just in case there's a little extraness going on. We gotta protect the favorites.
Yeah.
We got to.
Gotta protect the favorites.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I think the other thing that stands out is that Esau has changed.
Yes.
We think.
Yeah.
From what we can see and what we are told, Esau is no longer, making himself happy about the idea that he's going to kill his brother.
Right.
Like he's content now. He has enough.
Right.
He's doing his best.
Yeah.
He has what he needs, and he's not. I think, to me, from his father's blessing, this is kind of showing that yoke that Isaac had on him is kind of released. Even though we know that for the nation it may not be, but for him specifically it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was thinking about that. I think about this podcast a lot. I've been like, I was thinking about it. I was thinking. But I was thinking about the non-blessing that Esau got.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, like, when he says that he will live away from the fatness of the land and the dew of heaven, did he really mean that you will not be in Canaan?
I mean, he ends up not being in Canaan.
Right.
Yeah.
And so is that what the ultimate thing was? Like,
okay, I get what you're saying.
You will live, you won't be in this area and where the Lord has promised to give this land to his people. You're going to be elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that sort of a play on what he's doing? I don't know. I wouldn't foot stomp it, but it was just something as I was thinking about. I'm trying to make sense. Because when I first read it, I was like, oh man, this dude's gonna be destitute. Right? He ain't gonna have no fatness of land, he ain't had no dew of heaven. But then here we see he's got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And we also know from the pregnancy that he's ultimately going to be a nation. And I don't think you get to be a nation without having stuff and people.
Yeah.
So when that blessing, the non-blessing is given, what is it really talking to? And I think it's the evacuation of him, the putting out of him from Canaan.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So, this is Journey Through the Mind of Chris. You all be careful in there. Can get real sticky and weird. So, what stood out to me in this chapter, I think, and we talked about this a lot, the answering of Jacob's prayer and the fact that, and it's mentioned several times, if I have found favor in your sight, right? And when he says, seeing your face or seeing you is like seeing the face of God.
Yeah.
And I think when we talked in the episode, we attributed that to the fact that not that he was seeing God in Esau, but that the fact that he is able to see Esau and live is answered prayer from the previous chapter where he's asking for protection.
Yeah.
Or it might have been 2 chapters ago, but where he prayed and asked for protection. So that still stands out to me, and I think it continues to stand out character arc, because now you see Esau, as we mentioned, goes from this angry, nonchalant, I guess you call him, like just sort of giving away his birthright guy, to now this whole nation who seems to be stand-upish and, doesn't just want to take anything, doesn't seem like he wants to get any type of revenge. But I also think the character arc of Jacob, we see that from this guy who is cunning, take advantage of every situation, who the Lord's worked with and put in situations where now he's looking a lot different at things that are happening and who he depends on. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next up, man, Genesis chapter 34. And the title of this one is Just Leave Me Alone. Yep. Just leave me alone.
I feel like we should have called this Annie, Are You Okay?
Ooh.
It would have fit better.
Man, you should have did the title for this one. That is dope.
I just thought about it. I'm like, it fits that song better than this song.
It does. I can't remember what the song is about, just the title. Like, it was just like, just stop, leave me alone. But I like Annie, Are You Okay?
The thing is, we never get the leave me alone part, right?
No, we don't. But I think that was me just thinking of what
she would be thinking.
Right. What she would be thinking, what I want for her, just like stop, leave her alone.
Yeah.
But I like the Annie, Are You Okay? Because that talks to, in this chapter, like the people's care or looking after her. Like all of this stuff that happens, I feel like I'm taking your.
No, go ahead.
All of this stuff that happens, none of it seems directed to checking on Dinah or looking after Dinah.
Yeah.
It's all, you got me, I'm going to get my get back. Or there's a bunch of craziness happening and I'm going to be quiet.
Yeah.
Or I got some weird care for this person, right? That I just did wrong. So now I have to have her. That's what it is. And it's like, Annie, are you okay? It should be the question.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now the lyrics are playing in my head. I'm like, literally, are you okay?
Annie, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And this is a hard chapter. I mean, and I likened it to Genesis chapter 38, but I think it's a little harder to sort of walk through than that.
Yeah.
Than that was. So
I mean, both chapters are about this woman being done wrong.
Yeah.
One who, I think she stands up for herself and she makes things right, quote unquote.
Air quotes.
Yeah. But in this one, we never even know
Right.
what goes on with her.
We just know that she's rescued or taken out of the house, and we don't hear much else about her.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what stood out to me in this chapter. I mean, there's so many things. I think the biggest thing to me is just the voice that is unheard, which is Jacob's. You don't hear anything from Jacob about what happened, what his stance is on the request, right? If he told anyone or tried to organize anything, family wise, you're not told of anything about that. The only time you hear Jacob's voice, and trying to think back through the chapter, I don't think he says anything until you get to the end when he's upset with Simeon and Levi,
Mm-hmm.
right? For bringing a stink up on him, a stench on him and his household for all of the surrounding nations.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's what stands out to me the
Yeah.
most. And I think that stands out to me because and I think I mentioned this in the episode, it's the same feeling I get with Adam when he's sort of standing by and watching Eve have this tete-a-tete. I think I said that right. With the serpent, this back and forth with the serpent. So it's like, bruh, do something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. What stood out to me is I struggled with feeling bad. I struggled with feeling bad about what Simeon and Levi did.
Uh-huh.
But I did not struggle with like the feelings I had towards the guy, what's his name? Can't even Shechem, yes. Like I just and the two, like both are doing wrong, but one felt more wrong than the other to me. Like the other one was like, yeah, I need y'all to stand up for your sister. This is what, because at the end of the day, you can't just punish the one because then your family is going to be under attack. So it was an all or nothing kind of situation, and they went with all. They could have went with nothing. They could have just walked away, took their said no, we don't want to marry you all. We're going to take our daughter or our sister, and we're going to go. Mm-hmm. I don't know that this group would have had the right to then say, no, you have to give her to us because they came and asked, right? Mm-hmm. But it was to me, it was just like it's all or nothing. You have to do one or the other. There is no, we only attack the Shechem and maybe his dad, but probably just Shechem because he's the only one that did the deed, right?
That's where you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, I know that's not right, but but also that's what brothers be like that.
They should, yeah. And I can see their response and their anger. I think that I didn't like the fact that they used circumcision,
yeah,
the way that they did, because it's meant to be more. What it represents far exceeds, right, what it was used for in this case.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking, thinking about this podcast, about this season. I was also thinking, like, we not constantly, but we are told several times that I will bless those who bless you, I will curse those who curse you. It's like, and I don't know the answer. I'm not saying I know the answer, but if they didn't do that, what would have been what could Jacob have done or said? And is it that the Lord's going to curse them so we can talk about how upset we are, but we're not going to take action because the Lord's going to move?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but it doesn't sit right with folks because they want to see the justice happen now. You know? So it's just so yeah. It's just, and we prefaced that episode by saying that, and let me know if you agree or not, but this is life. This is people. This is people doing things. Not good things. Not everybody's going to do good things. And the world we live in isn't this nice peaceful shalom that we are going to get back to as believers, right? It's fallen place with fallen people, with evil, with bad things that are done, to people who don't seem to deserve it, and we navigate this world as best we can. And we navigate the world, I like what it says in Romans, being led by the Spirit. And so we as believers now, okay, I'm about to get on my little soapbox. We as believers now have the indwelling Holy Spirit. So we should be allowing, and it's a passive leading. The Holy Spirit leads us, which means that we should be letting the Holy Spirit take us where the Holy Spirit is meant to, because the Holy Spirit also knows the mind of God, and all of that stuff will work out the way we expect it to.
Yeah.
And then Romans 8:28, where we know all things work for the good of them that love God and who are called according to his purpose. So all of that is because of where we are, whose we are, how we're led, right? What we have waiting for us, the hope we have, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a lot of ways to look at stuff and how you navigate this world.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Genesis chapter 35. And the title of that one is Return of the Jacob. Oh my God.
I didn't even know you put that other part in there. Was that new?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's the only way you really know the reference, I think, right? And unless you got to sort of sing it, right?
Okay.
I mean, am I wrong?
I think I got it before you sang it, and I don't know if you sang
really?
it in the episode.
I can't remember.
I don't think so.
So
I think you sang it, and then we had technical difficulties, and then you did not sing it
well,
for the official.
Good. So maybe the technical difficulties one will be a blooper, and folks can make fun of me as I try and do this song justice. I don't even know who makes this song. I always feel like I look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's who does it. And then I'm like, I completely forget. But anyway, so Genesis chapter 35, we titled this one, Return of the Jacob.
Yeah. God tells Jacob to, make an altar, go back to Bethel. All of those things. His family gets rid of all their household gods, the rings in their noses, and all of that. And they go back. They build the altar. We find out randomly about Deborah.
Yeah.
And I think the discussion we had on that was good for people to go back to listen to.
Right.
And then Rachel dies in this chapter. And they eventually get to where they need to go. And Isaac also dies in this chapter.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, what stood out is just looking at the chapter as a whole, just the fact that it's the Lord carrying out what he originally intended. Well, actually, this is what one of the things, right? The Lord's carrying out what he intended to do, which is he sold way back when he first went to Bethel, right? Jacob first went to Bethel. He told him that he's going to bring him back, right? And so where we see the Lord continuing to protect them to bring him back. First, I think he protected him when he had lost favor with Laban, and everybody was talking about how much he's taken from Laban. The sons were talking about that from the dad. And the Lord was like, all right, it's time for you to get out of here. You need to go. And that's when he did all the things, and they moved on, and Laban chased them down. And I think the same thing is happening here because of what happened with Simeon and Levi and all of those people in Shechem and the pillaging of that area of those people, that it would make sense that there's such a stink, for lack of a better term, on Jacob and his family that people would be looking at them in the area with the side eye.
Yeah.
Right? And be ready. Like, you can't have honest dealings with them. You can't believe anything that they say. Should we even take them out because they just aren't upstanding people in their eyes, right? Who is upstanding?
Yeah.
Right? And so, and then the Lord tells him to move, go to Bethel, leave this place and go somewhere else. So I think you sort of see this overall, the Lord carrying out, bringing to fruition what he said he would do, and the steps of protection along each path.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I think that was similar to what I was thinking. Like, we talk about their journey from Haran all the way here.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, his journey to Haran, right?
Yeah.
By himself with nothing.
Not much, exactly.
Yeah. And then now he's coming with all of these people. And now we know that there are people that could be coming after you because of what just happened.
Right.
But we're specifically told that there's the fear of the Lord now in these
On these
people.
people, yeah.
Yeah, because and so they don't attack him. So he's covered a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, even going back to Esau, like Esau could have did it immediately.
Yeah. Good point.
Laban could have killed him at any point. Like, he's living with you. You didn't have to wait for him to leave to do anything.
Yeah.
So it's Jacob has a lot of protection.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And again, how do you live and walk in that without getting caught up in things that happen? Like as we talk about this protection he has, the security he should recognize he has, is how he's been protected through all of these years. Because the terror here is one thing, but like you were saying, even when Laban chased him, the Lord had told him, don't say anything good or bad to this man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Laban, whether he believed in the Lord or not, we don't think he did. He did not say anything good or bad to this man.
Yeah.
And told him, I would, but the Lord told me not to.
Yeah.
So it's like when you know you have that, how does that make you deal with offenses?
He doesn't walk that way, though. He doesn't walk like he knows that, because we see that in Dinah's story where he's like, you put this stench on me. He doesn't walk as if God has been protecting him and carrying him through.
Yeah. So, but I'm trying to bring it to now, right? Because I think there's this thing where we as believers should know who we are and whose we are. We should know the protection and the care that the Lord has for us. We should know that we aren't alone in anything that happens in this world. We should know, how do we
should know, but we
deal with offenses?
I think even similar to Jacob, we don't always lean on that.
Right.
Like on that knowledge, because the only Christian man that I know that does anything like that is my daddy.
I knew it.
And I'm always like, I would not do that. I don't want to do that. Right. But I think there is a way that we should handle things.
Right.
And there are people who handle things correctly. But I think it's hard because we want that instant. Yeah, like the instant, no, I handled this right now. I'm not waiting for God to handle it.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say your dad from some.
Yeah, because
I almost said cool water myself.
Yes, because he's the only person that I'd ever known in life that's like, slap me on one side, I still love you. Like, what do you mean?
But, and that's the beauty though. I feel like it can come off so wimpy, but I feel like that's the type of attitude that we should have. I mean, I'm not trying to say that we should just be doormats under everybody and let anybody, do us harm and things of that nature. But to have that kind of attitude when you know that the Lord has your back, I mean, what do you really have to worry about? What do you really have to fight about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's something I need. I will. Am I going to work on it? I want to say that I want to work on it, but I don't know that I don't know if I'm there yet.
Yeah. I think that in order to get there, it'd be interesting if you were, I'm not saying to do this, but if you were to ask your dad about that kind of attitude and why, it would be interesting to hear his answer. Because I would like to think that it is that I mean, we're all at different levels of our belief, and we all have different areas where we can grasp and take in and apply things, right? We're at different levels, right? Some people can apply things in one area more than others, right? And it's like, is that an area where it's just difficult for us to apply because the culture we live in, the way that we're told we need to behave to live in this society and to get ahead in this society? You can't let anybody, get over on you, because once they do that once, they're going to do it again, and everybody's going to do it. You got to. And there's something true to that in some sense of the word, but at what point is the Lord the focal point?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I have the answer, but I don't know why this came to me. And cool. All right. Anything else there? I think we finished with 35. Chapter 36. And I don't even know what we titled it. I think we sort of talked about it and then was like talked about some titles. But I think it's like the names of Esau or something like that.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Yeah. But chapter 36 of Genesis, and whatever the title is, you'll see it when it comes out. So I don't think I'm supposed to say that, but anyway, watch it. You'll know the title. Yeah.
I mean, we did it in the All Right, So Boom. So I think the main thing is that we see the nations that come out of Esau.
Yeah.
And we see the nations that come out of Esau, and even with the confusion that seems to be there a little bit, the main point is that he becomes a nation.
Yeah. I think that's my big takeaway, right? I think that's the reason for that genealogy, is to say, yeah, when I said to Rebekah, there are two nations, Esau is a nation.
Yeah.
He's got chiefs. He's got kings.
Yeah. And he's also merged with this new.
Merged or take over, depending on.
You can't take over because they have their own set of peoples and kings and things that are not directly attached to him that are still being listed here.
Yeah, but when is that? Because Aholibama is like the granddaughter of somebody that's listed, but she's also married to Esau.
And there was another Aholibama that was just a king or something, right? Because the name was listed twice, and we talked about in that chapter. Yeah. Hold on, where is it? We talked about in that chapter, were they the same? And you were like, no, probably someone who just has the same name. Right?
I'm way off.
Yeah. This one. That one was the chief, I think.
Oh.
So there's two Aholibamas.
Okay.
One the wife and one the chief.
Yeah.
But the name probably.
And I don't know how all of this works.
Yeah, and I think in that episode I sent you the photo of the different, and they don't all tie together necessarily, so it's hard to tell. But we know that there's a mix of these two things that create Esau's nation.
Yeah, in Edom. So,
and they're not the people of Israel.
No, that's the big thing, and they're not in the land that has been promised. To the people of Israel. So, yeah, I don't think there's much else with that chapter.
Yeah.
So we usually end with a couple of questions, just generic questions, and I didn't put them anywhere, so surprise. What do you see as the biggest change in Jacob?
He finally takes God as his God. Because when we talked about does Isaac's children, being Jacob and Esau, automatically know about God, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when he meets God, he's like, I'm not gonna make you my God until, and we're like, wait a minute, I thought the family, right?
Yeah.
As a family, you would expect that,
Right.
you know, God,
Right.
he is your God, and he's like, no, that's not a good assumption to make. That's what we're learning. It's not a good assumption to make. And so by the end of this, we know that he's accepted that God is his God, and he's gonna serve God.
Yeah. And I think that was we go from Abraham, we go to Isaac. We don't get a lot on Isaac. I think it's like 2 chapters, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I think the majority of this is the fact that we get to Jacob and we see this growth, which should mirror, I think, the faith that we have now. And we've said it in several episodes before, that when you become a believer, it's not like you know everything. It's not like you're going to walk the straight line all the time. It's going to take times where, the Lord has to bring you through something. There's got to be there doesn't have to be, but there can be a trial in your life that the Lord helps to see you through. And you're like, yes, I know I can depend on him now. And here we see that the Lord is, as I like to say, he meets Jacob where he is and carries him through to the point where you will believe, right? Because I will do.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think that's what we're supposed to see, and that's the biggest thing here. And I think that one of the big things I see with him as well is this sort of change in his demeanor in terms of, we have the question as to why didn't he tell Laban, I'm not coming to Seir with you. I'm not going where you're going. I'm going my way, the way the Lord told me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that he seems to be a lot more stand-up guy as we get towards the end. He's not, even to the point when he pulls Leah and Rachel away to say, look, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what the Lord told me. I don't know that he would have done that at the start of this.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
he also didn't have a family then.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then the other question that we always like to ask is, what did this teach you new, if anything, or what did this impress any more upon you about the Lord?
That the Lord, I think that the Lord is a lot more, and I think I said in an episode, the Lord is a lot more gracious and merciful than we are as Christians today,
That's
right?
That's
so we want to be like, yes, you should do this, you should do that, and God is like, they're still my people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was talking to you about the podcast I watched, and Lecrae, KB, The Deep End is the name of the podcast. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying what the name is. Not that it's bad. It's not endorsed. And one of the things that stuck out to me when I was watching that is KB. He's a Christian artist. He's a Christian rapper, Christian hip hop performer. And he said that when he was younger, in his 20s, his late 20s, 26, 27, 28, I think he said, is that one of his regrets is he did not show more grace to people. Because, and I find myself, just like you said, doing that here. Because it's like, yes, you should. Yes, you should. And then I'm looking at it like, Chris, would you have? What would you have done?
Yeah.
How would you have behaved? You really don't know. You're not in that situation.
Yeah.
And it's like, am I looking at everyone's situation through, but without giving grace to them and automatically disqualifying them from something?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, I need the grace. I need to reframe how I think about. Yes, there are right things to do. Yes, there are certain things that are completely black and white. Yes, 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 yes. You are to live a certain way, to be holy, and we're told to walk in a certain way, and to walk worthy of the manner, worthy of the calling, right? In a manner worthy of the calling. We're told to do all of this, but sometimes we don't. And even in that, to your point, the Lord still rocks with us.
Yeah.
So who am I to discount you?
Yeah.
Now, caveat. If it's habitual and like you just continue to have no regard and you may get correction but you're still like, I'm gonna go and do what I want to do anyway, you'll get some grace, but at some point you're doing what you want to do and you're going to be called out at what you want to be called out at. I think that wholeheartedly. But I think that if there's someone who wants to grow, is working to grow, and we all have hiccups, we all fumble, we all stumble, we all trip. And sometimes we trip over some things longer than others. Yeah, grace should be there.
Yeah.
You look like you were going to say something about my caveat.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I think you cleaned it up at the end by saying the grace is always going to be there. Not that we should be doing things because of that.
Right. We don't presume upon it.
Yes. So I think we all should just try our best to be like Jesus. That's the point. You try your best. You're going to fail, but you should not be like, because God is going to forgive me, I should keep doing this thing. But also you can't be as hard on yourself as to, because I saw this post where the girl was talking about how we put so much pressure to do all of the things. Like, I got to make sure I read my Bible. I got to make sure I pray. I got to make sure. And then you are trying to force it into this schedule. Mm-hmm. But God is saying, no, I want to just be in your life, right? You can be driving and praying. You don't have to sit down in this one position and this is your study necessarily.
Right.
But people are like, that's what they want. That's what they see as, this is me being a good Christian. And then you miss a day or two or three or a month or two. And then all of a sudden you're just completely out of it.
Beating yourself up.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's like, I don't know if I can come back. I don't know. And because we're so strict on ourselves, we can't just have the relationship with God.
Right.
Like, it's okay to listen to Christian music.
Yeah.
Listen to a podcast that is talking about the word.
Yeah.
Like, you might just listen to the scripture. You might not have time to sit and open a book, or as soon as you open a book, you're falling asleep and you're like, dang it, I can't just read. Like, and I think we put so much pressure on ourselves and other people to be a certain way.
Right.
And I think that when we're going through scripture, we're seeing that it's not about all of the ritual things. Like, it's about praying, reaching out, holding on to God so you can get the blessing. Like, those are the things that we're seeing now as we're going through, and we're like, oh, this is also the guy who did this and did that. But at the end of the day, he's not saying I can't go to God.
Right.
He's questioning. He's saying, God, I need you to do these things so that I know that I want to follow you.
Right.
And we don't always need a sign, but I think it's okay to talk and question and just allow God to just be a part of your everyday. Yeah. So I think there was an episode where I was like, I could be doing random things. Like, there's times where I'm like, Lord, please don't let my period start today. Like, that's okay. That's what I want to talk about. Because when I'm talking to my friends, I talk to some of my friends almost every day, and sometimes we're just there in silence with each other. And sometimes we're just like, there's a random thing going on and I'm just going to say it.
Right.
Whether I hear back immediately from them or not, I still had we're living life together.
Right. Right. And that, good. Oh, I like that. We're living life together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
We live this life unto the Lord, and He's with us every step of the way.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think like sometimes you're just thinking to yourself, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'm thinking to myself and I'm like, God can hear me. Like, God can hear me. So why don't I just go ahead and ask Him or talk to Him about it?
Right. That's good. That's good. Oh man. So we like to extend an invitation. So hopefully what you saw in all of these recaps of all of these chapters is the Lord moving. And as I feel like I'm saying this a lot, and I think the point of Genesis, right? And if you haven't tuned in to chapters 37 through 50, go back, watch that first season that we had. You can see all the changes and stuff, like how much we've grown. We've grown up. I went back and started watching from the beginning. I'm like, man, there's a chair over there, and that door's open, and how can then you see the green screen come up? I'm like, that looks so cheesy, and it's like you can see how much because now we got like green stuff and pictures and all of that stuff. But anyway, go back and check that out because I think the point is of Genesis is to really show, just like you were saying, how the Lord is working through people who have fallen, right, in an effort to get a people to Himself that He is going to entrust with the oracles, who are the patriarchs, with all the laws, and all of the promises such that He can bring forth this blessing to the entire world. And ultimately, that blessing is none other than Jesus, none other than Jesus, the Christ. So, our prayer, our desire, our want, our longing, our striving, our grasping is that you might believe in Jesus. And what do you need to believe, you ask? You need to believe that He died for your sins. You need to believe that He was buried and that He was raised from the dead. And all of that is done in accordance with the scriptures. And the purpose and the reason why you need to believe that is because with that, you receive eternal life, you receive the indwelling Holy Spirit, and you receive the forgiveness for all of your sins. Yes, we all stand in need of forgiveness. None of us can escape. Yes, we all have eternity that's sort of sitting in our hearts and wondering those big existential questions. Where did I come from? What is my purpose? Right? What happens to me when I die? Well, you'll have the answer because you have eternity waiting for you and a hope that goes beyond anything in this world. Um, and so, our urge, our desire is for you to believe, that you might believe in Jesus, that He is who He says He is, that He is the one who can address your sins. And as I mentioned, the one who died, was buried, and was raised um, on our behalf for God's glory. All right. If you make a decision, we'd love to hear from you. We love to chop it up with you because it doesn't end there, right? When the Lord called Noah, when He called Abraham, when He called Isaac, when He called Jacob, he didn't just say, I called you and I'm done, but He, as we talked about, the character arcs, He grew them. They grew, they were discipled, they learned about who this Lord is. So just because you believe doesn't mean the story ends. It's the beginning of your journey with the Lord in terms of your discipleship, your maturation into Christ, as was also talked about today. So you need to find a church home, Bible believing, Bible teaching church, all of that good stuff. But we would and we do celebrate with anyone who has made the decision to believe in the Lord. All right. If you have any questions, let us know. Hit us up. We're on all the social media thingies. And also subscribe, like, notification bell, all of that good stuff as well. All right.
Yeah.
That wraps up season 5.
Yep.
Man, we will see you all. I'm going to say it. I'm proclaiming it now. We are being renewed for season 6 in some form or fashion. All right. So, with that said, I'm not supposed to say this, y'all, but I'm going to say it anyway. Thank you for hanging out with me.
Roll my eyes preemptively.
She knew what I was going to do. And with that, we out of here. Deuces.
Bye.